Canada because they had maple syrup.
So if you had the choice of any city or country in the world, you'd pick Canada because you want to try the maple syrup.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm sure you would not be disappointed. It is very, very good. I had some. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Are you enjoying the rainy day today?
Yeah.
You're enjoying the rainy day? You like the rain?
No.
No, you don't like the rain. You can go outside and get all dirty and wet. It's fun. No playing in the rain for Peter, huh?
Yeah.
It's an excuse day it's an excuse today so that now you can play more video games.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to read about Canada today. This is your third test. So yeah, you know the routine. We're going to do some reading about that. I'm going to ask you some questions and see how you're using your English. So let's give it a try. Let's read about Canada is in North America.
Where you're from?
Yeah, you read about Canada.
Canada is North America and is the world's second largest country. Canada is famous for its mountains, lakes, and forests, and for its very cold winter.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget your S's, right? You missed all the S's on that. It's famous for its mountains, lakes, forests, and winters. Okay. Canadian flag.
And the Canadian flag is red and white. And in the center there is a maple leaf. The maple leaf is the symbol of Canada. In autumn, the leaf of the maple trees change from green to red and yellow, and they make the forests look very beautiful. You can see the maple leaf on a coin.
Yeah.
To gold maple leaf coin are made from
pure gold, 100% gold, pure gold,
and are very expensive. Canadians use maple tree to many things. Wooden house and popular in Canada, and some people
build
church house from maple wood. You can see beautiful table and chairs made from maple wood in many
people's homes. Yeah, a lot of people like to build with the maple wood. Yeah. Okay. Perhaps.
And most famous product of the maple tree is maple syrup. It is very sweet, and people all over the world like to eat Canadian maple syrup on their pancake and ice cream.
Yeah, syrup is really good. I don't know what to compare it to, because I'm sure you probably have never had maple syrup in Canada, in Vietnam. but I'm trying to think. It's kind of like a honey. You know, honey, yeah, that you can get from the bees. So it's yeah, it's sweet, and you can put honey on bread, or you can put it on pancakes and stuff. That's about the closest I can think of what maple syrup would be like, but it tastes different than honey, and it's really, really good. But I guess that's the closest I can come to. When we had our restaurant, we couldn't get maple syrup, of course, too expensive to import here. So we used honey to put on our pancakes and our French toast. All right. What about making maple syrup? Let's read that.
Maple syrup comes from the sap of the maple tree. Sap is the liquid inside the tree. At the end of winter, people put sap into the maple tree.
Put taps into. Put taps into. Yeah.
Put taps into the maple tree. They put more taps into bigger of the tree. The sap runs out of the tap into buckets.
Yeah.
People empty the bucket every day, every evening. After about 4 weeks, people take the tap out of the tree. A tap products about 45 liters of sap in a year. The tap do not hurt the tree, and maple tree can live for about 30 years.
30 years, yeah.
Yes. People boil the sap to make maple syrup. They boil it for a long time. You need 40 liters to make sap. Liter of maple sap to make 1 liter of maple syrup.
Wow. So you need 40 liters just to make 1 liter of maple syrup. That's a lot. Has to condense a lot. Yeah. All right. So do you remember what boil is? What is it to boil? What can you boil?
It's like
No, what can you boil at your home right now? What can you boil?
water.
Yeah, you can boil water, you can boil noodles, boil eggs. Yeah. All right. So would you like to visit Canada?
What?
Would you like to visit Canada?
Yeah, I want to eat that syrup.
Yeah, you would like it. I'm sure. I'm sure. You like ice cream, right?
Yeah, and pancake.
Be good on ice cream and good on pancakes too. Good just taking a spoon and eating it. It's good. All right. So where does maple syrup come from?
The maple syrup comes from a maple tree in the winter. The maple syrup comes from the sap in the maple tree.
Yeah. What time of year do people collect the sap from the maple trees? When do they put the taps in and start taking the that maple syrup, the sap from the tree? When do they do that?
What time of year? At the end of winter.
Yeah. So the end of winter would be what? What would be the season after winter? You remember your 4 seasons? You have winter and then what?
Summer.
But there's one between winter and summer. Right. So if winter's number 1, summer would be number 3. So what would be number 2? I don't know if we learned that this year. It's called the spring. The spring is when all the snow melts. So if you have winter, spring, summer, And then it starts getting cold. What is that season? Before the winter, between summer and winter, what is that? When the leaves of the maple tree start changing color. And you have that here in Da Nang, right? At that time of year, October, November, the leaves start falling off and you have to sweep a lot more around the house. What season is that? While all the leaves are falling off the trees. Do you remember that one? It's in the first reading.
No.
Oh, it's in the first reading. It says, the maple leaf is the symbol of Canada. In autumn, the leaves of the maple tree change from green to red and yellow, and they fall off. That's autumn. So the 4 seasons: summertime, autumn, winter, spring. Yeah. And the spring is when everything starts growing again. Yeah. How do people get the sap out of the trees? How do you get the sap out?
They put a tap into the maple tree and but they put a tap into the maple tree. The sap run out of the tap into the bucket.
That's correct. What is sap?
What?
What is sap? What is that? What is the sap? No. What is sap? It says it right in the making of maple syrup. It says it there. All right. Well, what is blood?
What?
What's blood? No, it's not in the book. Blood. Remember blood? I think you call it blood. But it's pronounced blood.
It's from here?
Yeah. So blood is a liquid in your body, right? If you cut yourself, blood comes out. Sap is a liquid in a tree. If you go outside and you put a small tap into the tree outside, you're going to get some liquid. You're going to get some sap out of the tree there next to your house too. Every tree has sap. Yeah. I think they also use sap to make bubble gum. You know bubble gum? Yeah, that comes from sap too. And in Vietnam, you have sap, or you have rubber trees, especially down in the south, where the sap in the tree, they use that sap to make rubber. It's true. I saw some. All right. Now, in your house, you have some taps. Where are the taps in your house?
I don't have a tap.
Oh, yes, you do. You have one outside too.
I not remember I have.
Well, sap comes through the tap. That's how you get it. How do you get the water in your house? You go in the kitchen and then you have a pipe, that comes out and you turn the water on or off. Yeah. Well, that's called a tap too. It's a water tap. That's right. So you do have one, and you have one outside. Yeah. Yeah, with a bucket, with a black bucket. I've seen it.
Outside and inside.
Yes. So you have taps too. Different kind of tap, but you have taps. All right. How much sap comes out of a tap each year? So how much do they get in 1 year? One sap tap.
One sap tap.
Yeah. Produces about, it makes about.
30 years.
No. How much sap? How many liters of sap can you get in one season, in 1 year?
45 liters.
Yeah. So if it takes 40 liters to make 1 liter of maple syrup, that means that almost all the sap you get for that time, 4 weeks. You can only make 1 bottle for each tap. You can make about 1 bottle of maple syrup. That's probably why it's so expensive too. That's a lot. So I guess you could get about 5 bottles for every 4 taps, or well, maybe not. Actually, that wouldn't be enough. You'd only have 20 liters. Yeah, that's a lot of sap to get 1 liter of maple syrup. Holy macaroni. All right. How long can a maple tree live?
30 years.
Yeah, about 30 years. I thought they lived longer than that, but they say only about 30 years. Right, and we already talked about how much sap do you need to make 4 liters of maple syrup. Well, that's just 4 times 40. Okay, let's see. What else could I ask you here?
1 liter maple syrup need 40 liter maple syrup. 4 liter of maple syrup need 160 liter maple syrup.
About 160.
Yeah.
Right, 40 times 4. Yeah. Okay. So you said you'd like to visit Canada, but my question now is if you could visit any city or country in the world, where would it be, and why would you want to go there?
I want to go that because
any country. It doesn't have to be Canada. It can be Korea too, if you want, or Japan, or it can be England, or it can be Australia. Any country. If it's Canada, that's okay. But you can choose any country you want. Where would you like to go? Money's not a problem. You can go anywhere you want. Where would you go? Where would you visit and why?
Canada, because they had maple syrup.
So if you had the choice of any city or country in the world, you'd pick Canada because you want to try the maple syrup.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm sure you would not be disappointed. It is very, very good. I had some in Hanoi once at an embassy party, Canadian embassy. They had some, which was really nice. Should have brought some for you. All right, buddy. Good job. Good job. You did well on the maple syrup in Canada. So we're going to go to Interest 4 next week. And Miss Lay will give you the schedule. I think it's going to change. We're finally going to move that class to the evening. I think it's going to be Monday nights. So just wait for Miss Lay to get back to you, and she'll tell you when our new Interest 4 starts. All right, buddy?
Right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.